it's looking like before we get to the barber shop. Look at that. Just 2 weeks ago. So we're going to the barber shop. Come with me to the barber shop. Today we are going to the barber shop that I take my son to, which is in a primarily Arabic neighborhood in Ampang, which is a neighborhood in Kuala Lumpur, and it is called Magic Barbershop. Most of the men in here are Arabic. I think all of them are. They're all actually very good barbers. He's gotten his hair cut by two. One is Wasim and the other one is Bashir. And the shop is a really nice shop. I've actually got my hair cut at the shop several times. They do eyebrows. They will color your hair. They do waxing. They cut my hair. The first time I came in here, it was kind of weird because I was the only woman. I think I've always been the only woman. I think there was one other time there was a woman that was with a gentleman who was getting his hair cut. But for the most part, I'm the only woman that is in the shop. And I have seen, listen, these men get some stuff done, right? They get their eyebrows like uh threaded sometimes. I've seen them get like whole masks where the blackheads are being pulled and all kinds of stuff. But this is Wasim, and I like him the best for my son's haircuts. He gives a really nice line, and if I show him a picture, he tends to pretty much do exactly what's on that Pinterest picture. So my son is kind of like a pro at this. He used to have a really, really, really good barber in Mexico named Carlos, who was the best. And he was like, you didn't even have to tell Carlos nothing. You could show him a picture and voila, it was coming life, and he would have a crisp line. But Wasim, Wazim, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He's probably the youngest one here at the shop, but I really like him. Like I said, I can give him a picture. He tends to like pretty much do everything on the picture. Bashir is also really good. There's also another guy that's good that used to cut my hair, but I haven't seen him in the last couple of weeks, so I'm not sure if he's still there. Um, but yeah, this is Magic Barbershop. It's very reasonable. It's less than $7 to get my son's haircut. And when I get my haircut or trimmed or whatever, it's less than $8. So they're very reasonable. They open at 11 p.m. and I think they're open till 10 p.m. The neighborhood is more of a Islamic neighborhood because it's more Middle Eastern Arabs that live and do business in this particular area of Ampang. So if you are in the KL area and you need a haircut, I'm going to suggest that you come here. This is the second barbershop that we have come to. The first barbershop was in the link. I like that barbershop as well. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a really cute, but it's 50 ringgit to get your haircut. So I don't know, that is like $10. So that's way less than it is in the States, because I think the last time I went to the States and I had to get his haircut, I think his father paid $50 to get his haircut. So by all means, getting your haircut overseas is a lot more reasonable. These are back in the 1980s prices, so I can appreciate it. When they told me $6 when we first came, I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh no, because it was like a fluke, because I had basically typed in Google best barbershop in KL or Ampang, I'm not sure. And this one came up, and it was like literally 5 minutes away from my house. We came, and I was like, can you cut his hair? And it was like a Saturday. It was like a whole bunch of men in the shop. So I realized that they opened at 11. I got there at 10:30 one time, and they were closed. And I was like, oh my God. So we had to wait for like 30 minutes. But there are a bunch of different shops. There's a cafe at the end of the row. There is a shawarma place right next door. There's Pizza Hut. There's, a little dollar store. There's a lot of little stuff in the neighborhood. I will say this, they only take cash. So they either take cash or they do it now. So you either have to like touch and go or something. But they take cash. And so it's 30 ringgit for a child, 35 ringgit for an adult, and then other services. So for instance, if you are a lady and you come there and you want to get waxing, or you want to get your eyebrows threaded, or if you want to get them razored, they can do all of that here. It's just like a one-stop shop. They will even ask you like, if you want to get your hair dyed, they will color it. I know I recommended the Queen of DC. She came, she got her hair colored and cut, less than 70 ringgit. Another thing, I haven't actually done this service, but I've watched it done several times to some of the men, is like they get whole facials, and like there's this machine, they come, they bring it over to the guy, and actually he was doing it here to my right, and I forgot to like turn and get it recorded, but it has steam coming out. They put this stuff on your face, and then they put the steam up to your face, and then basically they let it sit for like 5-6 minutes, and then they come over, wipe it off or whatever. And obviously it works because I've seen that be done, and then I've seen them like put this black stuff on your face and pull it, kind of like waxing, but it looks like it's pulling out blackheads. So listen, I stand 10 toes down for this particular barbershop. My son, he's been getting his hair cut forever and a day, and he's always gone into a barbershop like a big boy and got his stuff done. And then they even have one of those sponges that they're about to sponge his hair and get the curl going on. So if you're in Kuala Lumpur and you need to get your hair cut, if you're a woman or a man, this particular shop, and if you go in there and you say Cha sent you, they'll be like, oh yeah, with the baby or with the boy, or just like, oh, Cha and Langston. So my friends have come in there, they came into KL and just needed their hair cut, because they had came from Bali and was going somewhere else, and they needed, a cleanup because they came from the States and it had been 2 weeks. So this is where I send them. And I have one other barbershop, but again, we haven't been there in a while. So I hope that this was helpful. And like I said, if you're in KL, please go to Magic Barbershop. All right.